Hey, what's up guys? This is Martin here from Kodiak. Today I would like to talk to you guys about school and why the school system was literally designed for you to be an average Joe. And this is the exact reason why as to dumb people at school achieve way more in real life than intelligent people or people who got good grades. And this is something that I was not really thinking about when I was a lot younger. Because I never went to college, I just have a high school education. But I've been doing so many things in my life right now, and I do know that this is a fact. Here are the exact reasons why, as to why that is. And I actually made a little list on my phone. Because, I'm sure I'm going to trigger some people here, but whatever. I want to tell you guys the truth. I want to tell you guys what it's actually like in reality. Because a lot of people, especially when we're really young, we used to believe that school was going to solve all our problems in real life. We all used to think that we would have these amazing jobs, that we would have these amazing careers, that we would have these high-paying jobs, and we would, drive nice cars, we would have big-ass homes and bad-looking wives, and, that's never the case, at least for most people, at least for like 97, 98% of people. We're talking about a huge chunk of people now. So I actually made my little list on my phone. So I'm going to refer to it from time to time. So point number 1, school teaches you perfectionism. School teaches you that you have to know absolutely everything in your industry before you take the first step. Whereas in reality, that is not the case. It's the furthest from the truth. In life, you're never going to know everything. You're never going to know the exact steps to your goals. Sure, you can learn from someone who's been where you want to go. You can learn from a mentor or a coach or, someone who's been on the path. And someone who has the results that you want. But at the same time, they're not going to tell you everything. They will give you the checkpoints, so to speak. But they're not going to tell you how to get to those checkpoints. You have to find your own path when it comes to this. And it's like that with everything. Because at school, we used to prepare for exams, tests, and all these things. And so we grow up with this belief that we have to know everything to be prepared for this test called life. But that's not how it works. You're never going to be fully prepared. Which actually leads me to point number 2. School teaches you that there's only one right answer. That there's only one right answer to life. And so, what this means is that we usually think that there's only one correct answer to our problems. But it's not. There's loads of answers when we're looking for solutions. Because a lot of people right now are going through a lot of problems. They have a lot of adversity and they can't seem to find a way out. And obviously, we have the summer holidays right now, and a lot of people are, on their phones, they're scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, and they're seeing all these cool-ass lifestyles on social media, and they start to believe that they're less than what they actually are, that they're worse than the other person. But in reality, actually, a lot of people, they put so much effort into appearing and looking a certain way on social media, but in reality, their lives are complete shit. These people that you think that are super happy on social media, they're actually the most miserable people on earth. Believe me, I've seen a lot of them. I've talked to a lot of them in real life. And so, there's not just one answer to your goals. It's like, let's take entrepreneurship for example here. There's so many different paths that you can take when it comes to entrepreneurship. You can have a legitimate business like a retail store. You can have an online business. You can have an e-commerce store. You can have, you can build airplanes. You can have a clothing store. You can have a franchise like McDonald's or have your own restaurant chain. Like, it really depends on what you think. You can be a contractor, a swimming pool contractor. There's not just one right answer when it comes to picking your career path or your entrepreneurial path. But the school system wants us to think that there's only one right answer. but it's not. Which actually leads me to point number 3. Sorry guys, I had to look at my list here. So point number 3, you can't fail. And this system, I do think that this point right here has been more responsible for failures in life than anything else. Because people are so afraid to fail. People are so afraid to made fun of. People are so afraid of putting themselves online. People are so afraid of negative comments and hate. It's crazy. Like, I've heard this one thing the other day, that people would much rather die than to speak publicly. It's mind-blowing, man. But again, this mentality has been promoted and precipitated by the school system. And so when we grow up as adults, we think that failing is wrong. And our parents told us the exact same thing. Martin, Sarah, Tom, Jessica, you can't fail. You have to be perfect. But it doesn't exist. All of these points overlap at some point. But you will fail at life. You will fail at some point. And those setbacks, they're coming, man. They will come at some point. They can be minor and they can be major. They can be big or small. It all depends on where you are in life. Excuse me. So, point number 4. At school, we're taught to fit in. At school, the school system has literally taught us to be like everybody else. That we should not stand out. That we should never create our own assumptions. That we should never have opinions. That we should not be loud. That we shouldn't really think outside the box. That we shouldn't be creative. That we shouldn't be entrepreneurial and innovative. No. The school system tells us that we should just do what we're being told. We should listen to authority. We should listen to the news. We should listen to what the doctors are saying and all these things. Without really digging deep down and creating your own assumptions and analyzing if the information that you're receiving is actually valid. We don't do it. We just blatantly consume all this information. It's like we have a program that's innately inside of us. So what's the next point? So next point number 5. Don't collaborate. Do everything by yourself. And again, this is such a huge mistake, guys, because you need other people in your life to be successful. You need to have a team around you. And not just in the business sense, but in life in general. You need to have quality and valuable friendships and relationships with other human beings. We're social creatures for a reason. We were designed that way. We were created that way by the universe, God, nature. I don't know who created us. Aliens? Really? We have to collaborate with other human beings. We need to simply collect ourselves and absorb information from other human beings. We can't just reflect by ourselves all day long. That's dangerous, man. Living in isolation is dangerous. You need to have good people around you. You absolutely need to have a team, and you have to collaborate. You need to have positive people around you. People who will actually inspire you to do great things in life. Because they will perpetuate you onto the right path. Whereas the bad people in life, they will actually slow down your progress. And you won't be as successful as you could be because of your environment. And this is going to be the last point now, I think. Let me check my list quickly. Yeah. Point number 6. It teaches us that competition is not a real thing. The school system teaches us that competition is a bad thing. Especially over the past few years. I remember when I was still in school, especially in my gym classes, our gym teacher used to grade us just based on our effort. And our work ethic instead of the results that we're able to provide, and our athleticism, which is crazy to think about. Because in life, you're going to be measured and judged based on how good you are and your results. Nobody's going to care about you if you don't have results in life. That's just facts, plain and simple. Results do matter in life. So you need to make sure that you have results in life. And that competition is a good thing. Competition is absolutely necessary in life. You will always compete. Whether you're a man or a woman, you will always compete. And competition is good for you, because competition will push you to be better. This point right here is strictly related to having a positive environment around you. The people around you who are operating at high levels, or who have the same goals, ambitions, and who have the same drive as you, they will push you to be better. But the people who are negative, pessimistic, the people who have chosen to give up and just to be like everybody else, yeah, they will force you to level down. They will actually drag you down into their misery. So you need to avoid this trap, guys. That's all my points, man. And I think all the points that I've just mentioned right here, I do think all of them are sort of intertwined. They all overlap at some points. And that's the reason why dumb people or people who fail at school become more successful in life. Because they don't overthink that much. They don't have that perfectionistic mindset. They're not procrastinating. They're not slacking off. They're not afraid to be different. They're not afraid to make mistakes. They're not afraid to be judged. They're not afraid to be laughed at. They're not afraid of these things. They have no fear. They're not afraid of not knowing everything. Hence why they become successful. And I do know a good amount of people who never went to college, and they're pretty successful. Way more successful than the people that I know who have all these college degrees and who have all these diplomas. Yeah. Actually, I know one guy in my home country, in Norway, in Stavanger. He's actually a billionaire, Norwegian billionaire. I do think I'm not sure if he's a billionaire in dollars, but I think he's close. Or just about right before crossing that billionaire mark. He actually dropped out of college. He was studying economics, but then at some point he was like, no, I don't need this thing. I would much rather focus on sales and becoming really good at selling and marketing than to focus all my time into some textbooks and some outdated information that doesn't work in reality, that doesn't work in real life. And I think I think it's spot on. The school system is severely outdated. It has not evolved. Everything in life has transformed and reformed in some way, like our phones, our smartphones, our computers, the internet, the technology, biology, science, AI, artificial intelligence, and all these things have gone up so much. We're so aware of all these things, whereas the school system, it is still the same. And yeah, it is just the way it is, guys. The school system is the reason why you guys are so afraid to taking that risk. That's why you guys are so afraid of making that life-changing decision of going after your dreams. It's because of the school. It's because of the school system. The school system was literally designed for you to be an average Joe, for you to be just a regular ass industrial worker, a 9-to-5 type of guy. And so, but it's so cool that people are waking up to all this shit. Thanks to the internet, people have waken up. They have been exposed to all this type of lifestyle. They have been exposed to being an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur, being an internet entrepreneur and all these things. I think it's pretty cool that so many people are not just being exposed to all of this information, but they're being aware of it. They have that awareness now that this other life is actually possible too. But you have to look for it. You have to seek your own truth. And you have to make your own conclusion. And that's the point where I think life or school has failed us the most. It has never taught us the proper tools and how to actually use our mind, how to build our own confidence level, how to build relationships with people, how to learn sales, marketing, branding, how to learn confidence, decision making, planning, how to set goals for your life, and all these things, which are very, very important. These are like super deep topics that matter a fuck ton. And so, but what do you guys think? Do you have any other things that you would like to mention here? Well, put them down in the comments. I would love to hear your guys' opinions here. So, have a beautiful day, guys. Thanks for watching.